In a world that's rushing, we slow it down, finding light where shadows surround. Heart to heart, where the truth is told. We rise together, stories unfold. The gold is within. If you don't go within, you go without. Every voice, every heart, it's what we're about. Together we rise, hand in hand, soul to soul. Warm, safe and loving, making each other.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome.
Here we are. Together we rise.
here we
Mother-daughter
are.
dynamic duo. I am Alisha Schwartz.
And I am Coach.
Oh,
You forgot to say that.
Well, I mean,
You
you're
know,
right. You took it out of my mouth. There you go.
Coach Rochelle Schwartz. And we've been coaching for 28 years.
Yes.
We are so seasoned.
We are on every recipe in the cookbook of life. How do you like that?
That's
Isn't
good.
that
I like that.
too.
I do.
So today is going to be
Oh.
the best day of our lives. Why? Because we're claiming the moment that it's going to be.
Yes.
So it has to be. But today's topic is strong minds need strong circles.
Wow.
And that is a big, big, big.
Yeah, that
thing.
really is big.
We also just in a few minutes, we're going to bring on our guest, Kellie Rhymes. I love
Yes.
that.
Yeah,
name.
Kellie Rhymes. I do too.
And she's amazing, and we're going to have her on. Okay.
All right.
So,
what a
Rose,
topic. Alisha.
Strong minds need strong circles.
Yeah.
You know, I think the first thing that comes to my
Uh-huh.
mind is I've had in my life not strong. My mind wasn't strong, right? My mind was full of limiting beliefs.
Mhm.
So my circle mirrored
Exactly.
my belief structure.
Mhm.
So out there, take a little inventory. If your mind is constantly in this internal dialogue that's you're not enough, you don't matter, you're unloved, you're insecure, you're not loved enough, you don't matter,
Mhm.
you will naturally vibrationally create those people in your circle to mirror it for you.
Mhm.
So it's important, right? That's what we do. That's who we are. That's what we do as coaches. We really shine that light on those beliefs so we can shift and then mirror.
Yeah.
Strong minds lead to strong circles. So
And-
that's what comes to mind.
Yeah, and what
Okay.
comes to my mind and what you're saying is that how many, as you've really evolved
Mhm.
and grown and doing all this inner work, how many circles have you gone through and they automatically leave because you're not there anymore?
Yeah, and I think that, and I also think it's like until you get those lessons, they're like recycled. So you
With the
go back
people.
with the
With
same
people.
people,
Mhm.
you recycle back to the same because you're still, you know, that saying, you're what is it? No longer, not yet, right? You're no longer where you were, but you're not quite there yet. And so I think that that's the evolution of our
Mhm.
soul. If you're in a conscious commitment to yourself,
Mhm.
and then I think that that really makes the difference because otherwise you're going to keep recycling.
Right.
But when you do develop that strong mind in
Uh-huh.
what you're saying,
Right.
then people will naturally move away. And it's just
Yeah.
a natural vibrational move.
Correct.
And then you create new people that match you
Yeah.
vibrationally, energetically, and where your mind is.
And those are the people really that are in alignment with you so that if you're going through something, they get it. They
Yep.
automatically know. And also they know when to call
Mhm.
and ask if you're okay vibrationally because you're definitely a match with them or you're with them and they could feel something from you.
Mhm.
And I know for me, my circle has gotten to like this little
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Small. Yeah.
It's very, very small because, I mean, how many people have really, really gone through as much as we have individually and collectively?
And I think it's important to, when you develop more of that strong mindset
Mhm.
and strong belief structure, that even if people are not in your orbit anymore,
Or doing your kind
or
of work.
doing,
Right.
it's okay.
Yeah.
You know what? They're on their journey. You're on yours, and you just bless where they are and where you are. And you never know. You could circle back around
Mhm.
when things shift, maybe for them or for you in a different way. You never know. But you're not looking backwards. You're going
Right.
forward.
Right.
You know where you're headed. Your mind is strong. Your heart is really open,
Mhm.
and you're ready to bring in those people that mirror you.
And you also, and obviously those are the right people for you. It's also, they know, as far as, you know, it's a safe space for them to, and you, obviously, to open up and to know, to share whatever your struggles are at that moment, and to have that. And I think it's a safety net for people. And that also goes into our coaching. When we coach clients, they really feel safe, and we could vibrationally feel them and really know what's going on.
100%. And again, it all goes back to where you are internally and emotionally in your own beliefs, in your own mind. That will reflect those people for you. What was your?
And the other thing I think that's so important is that for them to help you rise, they're there to support you as you're there for them. And a lot of times, at least in my circles, it was just an imbalance.
Uneven,
And it's like you're giving and giving and giving, and it's like nobody's there.
Yeah. But don't you think that goes back to what you feel about yourself?
Yeah.
Because it's a reevaluation.
Yeah.
Well, why am I creating people that are not there for me? What is my belief around that? And it's to do the internal research, if you will. Internal research on where you are internally is what you're going to reflect. I mean, we do say this over and over in different forms, in different ways. But, you know, what we know for sure is that if you continue to evolve and grow, of course your circles are going to change. It's a natural progression.
And I think it's the love, that respect that you have for each other. And once you have that love and respect, it's like they can hold you in a space so you can heal.
Yeah.
If that's what you're going to, or for them. You know, to hold the space for them so that they can heal. And sometimes what's really great is you don't have to say anything. It's vibrationally, you just know, like, okay, I'm going to hold that space. I'm going to pray. And I know they're going to get that, you know, and it does, it works. It definitely works. Again, coming back, because we are all vibration.
We're all energy.
All made of vibrations.
Good vibrations.
Good vibrations.
Absolutely. So that's what comes up around strong mind, strong circles.
Yeah, and you want them and you to see your worth, their worth.
Well, if you see yours, you're going to see theirs.
But that's the mirror.
Mirror.
That's the absolute mirror. And that's why I love the mirroring, you know, that we do.
I know. Powerful.
It really is powerful because
I mean, you could sit, like my mom and I have done extensive mirroring work together in workshops, and we've held workshops where we've done that. And, you know, it's really to be able to feel safe enough with, whether it's your mother, your sister, a bestie, and to sit there and just look at the person in the eyes and just say, you know, I see you and I love you, you know, just for being who you are.
Yeah.
And,
absolutely.
you know, it gives you that feeling of safety. It gives you, it opens your heart. It has you become more vulnerable with yourself. And the more you're vulnerable with yourself, the more you allow that vulnerability to come in, you'll receive a lot more too.
And also when you forget And we do, we're humans. And when you forget really like who you really are, those are the people that will show you
Yep.
who you really are.
Yep.
So
we have,
just in case you
we do.
forget.
We have two great people
Yes.
that we know that when we're not in the highest, we call them and they'll say, wait a minute, but isn't that part of your gift? And that's what you want to have surrounding you. You want to have people surrounding you that when you're not in your highest,
Correct.
that they are so selfless and they know who you are because they've walked the path with you and they walk their own path,
Mm-hmm.
like-mindedness. And they could say, you know, wait a minute, Alisha, wait a minute, Rochelle. Let's get back to who you really are. And that kicks you out of that trance of that old monkey mind that keeps going and saying, you're not enough, you don't matter, you're not unloved. So there you go. Strong minds.
Yeah, and that's really
Strong
something
circles.
that's as you grow and you evolve, it's like so important because we certainly know what it feels like not to have somebody in your
In
circle
your corner.
that really doesn't really support you. I mean, it's apparent. And
It's
and you know
obvious.
what? I tested it because I had this feeling like I'm going to call this person and I'm going to see like what their response is, wishing them a happy new year. And I did. And all it was about what this person was doing. And
Never
it
asked
wasn't,
you.
never, ever, ever asked me like, so tell me, what are you doing? How are you doing it? And
Yeah.
then I realized, perfect. This is such a great gift because I'm never calling you again.
Yeah.
I'm not.
And it's a great test to really see, wait, have you learned that lesson?
Mhm.
That you are important, and if they're not making you important, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you're going to make yourself important. You're going to give yourself that importance, and then you will find people that make you because you're making you important. So it's
Right.
an old structure that we
Yeah,
have that we
it's-
kind of always break down. But
That it is.
here's the good news. We are going to go to a sponsor break.
Ooh, how great.
And we're going to invite Miss Kellie Rhymes. I love it. And
Ooh,
she's going to have her
can't
dancing
wait.
shoes on or whatever that looks like. So we'll be back for our sponsor break in a moment. Hello.
Hey, everyone.
There she
Welcome.
is. Kellie
Hello,
Rhymes.
hello. How are you guys?
Great. So
We're
happy to
really
have you with that big smile.
God, I love
Lights
your
up your
smile.
room.
It does. Have
Thank
people told you about that?
Do you get that a
Say it
lot?
again.
Do people tell you how great your smile is?
Oh, yeah. I've always had a big smile. So, yes, I get it often.
Yeah. So before we get into the topic of strong minds need strong circles, tell us a little bit about you, who you are, so that people know
Yeah.
that when they listen, they're going to go, oh,
Mhm.
Kellie Rhymes. Okay. So tell us a little bit about who you are and what you're up to in the world.
Yes. Okay. Well, as I was introduced, I am Kellie, and I am a women's hair loss support and authenticity coach that has kind of pivoted a little bit more because now I'm a TV producer. I have my own TV show called The Bougie Body Show. And I also have a podcast called The Bougie Body Podcast. And basically, I pretty much promote confidence, self-worth for women who are experiencing hair loss or have already experienced it and have chosen to maybe shave their hair, or they're wearing wigs, whatever it may be. They have gone through that journey of hair loss in some form or fashion, and they have had all of the emotions, the emotional turmoil that has come along with it. They've gone through that grieving period of losing their hair, or they may still be going through it. And that may be what I need to help them with, and shifting that identity to recognize who they are now without hair or with the hair loss. And I kind of help them get to the other side so that they become confident and continue to live life like they were living before when they had a full head of hair. Because whenever you're losing your hair, it shifts everything. It changes a lot about a person. So just getting women back to that point of, you know what, I'm still worthy, I'm still loved, I'm still beautiful, regardless of my hair loss, and I still have a life to live, and I'm out here to live that life, and I'm not going to let hair loss stop me. So I have a lot of different titles. I know that sounds like probably a lot, but things kind of evolve. I didn't know I was going to have a TV show. I didn't know I was going to have a podcast. So, it's kind of like, this is what's happening.
That's awesome. And that you're letting it just unfold.
And so many women who have lost their hair for whatever the reason is, they're gorgeous. They're even prettier without their hair. It's amazing. It really is.
It's like a glow. It's almost like, it reminds me when you see a pregnant woman, how they glow from the inside. It's very similar to me when I see someone that has had hair loss. And there's different forms. I know, like, I'm 52 and I could see a difference going through the stage of peri. And so it's like, whoa, wait a minute, I had a little bit, and so you start to identify and you go, okay, all right, this is the change, these are the things that occur. It's like a self-motivating talk to yourself that this is part of stages.
Right.
It's different for everyone, obviously. As you know, there's stages of hair loss, right? So I'm just talking about women going through perimenopause and menopause, which does happen with hair, as you know.
Definitely. I mean, there are all sorts of reasons why women are losing hair. Like you just said, hormonal imbalances. It could be nutrition. It could just be things internally within your body that you just need to get back on track and get balanced. And your hair could potentially just come on back and be as thick as it used to be. But then there are some cases, like myself, I have scarring alopecia. So that means my hair follicles are gone. So it's not coming back. So for people like myself, or people who have maybe alopecia areata, now that's really like an autoimmune disease. Basically, you may have hair one day, you may not have hair the next day, or it may be in little patches, like it comes and goes. And that's an emotional roller coaster in itself, because sometimes people are like, okay, my hair is growing back, and then they wake up the next day and half of it's on the pillow. Like, can you imagine what that will do to a person on a regular basis until they get to that point to where they're like, okay, I have to accept this is what's happening in my life. This is what I have. And so how do I get comfortable and move forward and be the best person I can be? So it's a lot of different things that can cause hair loss. Some things that I didn't even know until I got into this field. And I'm still learning things all the time.
We all are. We are.
Earth
I mean, Earth School is right here, right now.
Yes.
But the thing I want to, they always say, and I'm sure you've heard this, that a woman's hair is her mane. That's who she really is. So I can understand losing that identity, which is so strong. So when that happens, how do you coach them while they're struggling through this, even though they see you, which is absolutely incredible?
Skin is glowing.
So how do you do that with them?
Well, first, I kind of have to really get down to, do you know what is causing your hair loss? A lot of times people don't even know. Like myself, I went through a long time of denial, thinking, oh, you know what? I can fix this. I can go on YouTube University and get some oils or get this product or, and just like get my hair back, not knowing how severe it was. And if I would have known sooner, I could have potentially saved a lot of my hair. So I always start with, do you know what is causing your hair loss? Have you been to a doctor or a trichologist, a dermatologist, someone who's a professional who specializes in your scalp to understand what is actually causing your hair loss? So that's where we first start. But then once we know exactly, okay, what is causing your hair loss? All right, what is your treatment plan? Because that's another step. Whatever you have, maybe any form of alopecia and different things like that, the dermatologist does not have a set plan as far as what is going to exactly work for you, because everybody's different, right? So they're going to prescribe you something that has worked for someone else, or that the research has shown this has worked, but you may try it and it may not work for you. So that's another hurdle to get over. So I have to coach women through the expectations, setting very, very clear expectations like, hey, this is what you need to expect, because that is another roller coaster that will cause someone to emotionally decline when they think, hey, I'm on these medications and everything is okay. I know my hair is going to come back, and they don't see the results. So making sure they understand that there are going to be probably several different treatment plans you may have to go through, and you have to stay on these treatment plans at least 6 months before you change to another one. So you have to have patience. So then it's like, okay, while you're going through this process, depending on how severe your hair loss is, what do you want to do? Like, is your hair loss is it that much where you need to wear a wig, or you need to cover it up, or you want to cover it up, or, what do you want to do? So then it's that part of, let's figure out what's going to make you feel comfortable in the world. When you walk outside, when you go to work, go to that grocery store, whatever it may be, what is going to give you that confidence to feel okay just stepping out the door? Because there are so many women who don't even want to do that. They're inside. They have kind of shunned away from their friends and family because of, the way they look. They're insecure. All of these different things you could imagine that women are. So it's really, go ahead.
No. What I was going to say, inside the topic we're talking about, right, which is strong minds need strong circles. How can that really correlate into what we're talking about, which is hair loss, right? So for you, for instance, right, when this started to happen for you, did you have the strong mind and the strong circles, or that was developed when you found it? Right.
Well, I had a strong circle. I did not have a strong mind. That came later. So in my mind, I was very insecure. Even though I wasn't showing it on the outside, I was very insecure on the inside. While I was going through my hair loss experience, my close friends, best friends, they were like, why don't you just cut your hair off? Why don't you just shave it off? You're going to look beautiful. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm going to look like a man. I'm going to be ugly. All of these different things that I had in my mind that I was like, no. And there was actually one time I actually had to cut my hair off, and it was an emergency situation, and I had really didn't have a choice. And when I went through that experience, I tried to walk around with a bald head. I tried to, put my best face on, but it did not work. And I just ended up wearing a wig for the next year and trying to let my hair grow back out so I can just kind of cover up the bald, areas as my hair came back. But yeah, my circle was very, very strong, stronger than I really realized until after I came to the other side of my journey. Once I, gained my confidence and decided this is the look I'm going to have, I'm embracing my hair loss and this is just what it is. Then I kind of realized like how supportive my friends were. My friends actually called barbers and had them ask if they can shut their shops down. Just to cut my hair off that time when I said it was an emergency situation. Like, they were there with me every step of the way, on the phone or physically with me, trying to navigate that whole situation.
I find it fascinating because you went the other way around in a way, right? Because you already had the strong circle.
Yes.
And yet you put on the face that you had the strong mind, but internally you had that conflict going on. But it's interesting because what I see is that when you have that strong circle and foundation holding you up, like we said before, it holds you higher so you see yourself higher.
Right. Even on days that
Even
you
on
don't
days-
feel like you feel like shit, you
Yeah.
still have that circle of friends that are there for you and hold that sacred space for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And isn't that all about how they love you?
Definitely. And these are still my friends to this day. Like I consider them like sister, brother, you know, like
Yeah.
these are people who I will always cherish. And even if they're not, I think it may be a few that just aren't around anymore just because, you know, life took different turns.
Change.
But I
Yep.
don't have any negative feelings towards them. I still love them. It's just like, you know, I will never forget how they supported me during that time and other times in my life as well when I had struggles and challenges.
Yeah.
Well, you're lucky.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, very lucky that you have that very strong circle of women.
Yeah.
Really.
And you
And-
did mention there were people that did drop off, correct? That you're not just because you grew or you
Right.
just changed and they were just, you know,
Yeah.
Just life changes. Nothing major happened. It
Yeah.
was just different directions in life. And again, like you mentioned earlier, they may circle back around. We may circle back around with each other. And I'm open to that. I'm fine with that. No negative
That's
thoughts,
right.
anything like that. It's just we were going in different directions. That's all.
that's all it is. Yeah. Redirection.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
it. Redirection.
Do you ever wear wigs anymore or you don't?
Well, now I don't. I actually threw all of my wigs away in August.
Oh,
Wow.
A big move. I actually moved out of the country, so I'm living in Colombia now. So when I had to kind of get rid of and declutter everything and kind of think like, okay, I only have so many suitcases that I need to take. so the wigs, I just went ahead and threw them away because actually they were in a tote in my garage, just sitting there. I hadn't worn them in I don't know how long.
Wow.
I want to tell, let's see, I actually adapted this look as far as shaving my head off, and I got micropigmentation. So I did that in 2018. So at that point, you know, I was just like, this is who I am. This is the look I'm embracing, and this is what I'm moving forward with. I probably wore a wig between 2018 and 2025, excuse me. I probably wore a wig maybe no more than 15 times during that whole time period. Most of the time, I'm just like this.
And how do you like being in Colombia? What a shift, huh?
Yeah, I love being in Colombia. I'm actually in Medellin, Colombia.
Sure, Medellin.
Yes, yes.
And what made you decide to move there? Just out of curiosity.
Well, okay, so I love to travel. So this is like, I don't want to make the story too long, but I love to travel. And I used to live in China. I lived there for 1 year and I taught English as a second language. And that was like my entryway to like being able to live abroad and still get paid, you know, like, and still support myself. After that experience, I wanted to go back out the country, but life just started happening. And then the pandemic hit. When I was about to go back out the country again, the pandemic hit. Then it was just like, okay, so it just took more time.
Yeah.
Finally, I was like, you know what? It is time. It's time. I'm ready to have this experience. I prepared for it and I took the leap. And it's not, and I understand that it doesn't have to be forever, you know, and this may not be my forever home. I may go somewhere else. I may be back in the United States. Who knows? But I said in my life,
Won't come now.
No, I won't go. I'm not coming now.
You're in a good spot.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. Yeah. So you like it and you're enjoying your time there.
I love it. It's the city of eternal spring. Spring is my favorite season. So if I can go outside any day of the week, you know, like sunshine, you know, so I love it.
Amazing. And so what a great and the friends that you have, you know, are they all over the world or
Well, they are mostly in the United States. And I've made friends here in Colombia, and I have other friends that are moving to different parts of the world from the United States.
Yeah.
So everybody's kind of still mostly in the United States.
Yeah.
Oh, that's super.
That's awesome. Well, good for you. I mean,
Good.
you show other women,
Yes.
you know, that, you know, you could still be beautiful and vibrant and excited about life. And, you know, you're a gift to the world to shine that light for people to see that they can too.
Yeah.
You're the example.
You are.
I always try to promote, like, you have to face your fears. Like, people think you don't get scared of anything. They just think I'm not a fearful person. I'm like, yes, I am. But when fear comes up in me, I know that's something I have to do because I don't want anything ever holding me back in life. So if it's something where I'm like, yeah, it's a little scary, but you know what? I have faith. I'm going to do it. Let's just see what happens.
Well, you put the big
Yes,
word.
I was just
I
gonna
have
have faith.
faith.
Yes.
That's the key.
Having faith.
Because that
That's
that
it.
is it. If you have faith that something higher is working to bring you to X, Y, Z,
Wherever. Yeah.
or to person, place, or thing, you can never make the wrong choice.
And that's your foundation.
Right.
That's your foundation. That is so
and even
awesome.
if it's the wrong choice, you're going to learn something from it anyway.
Always.
So
Yeah,
And
definitely.
even though you think it's the wrong choice, when you look back, it was the right choice.
Because it was something about it that led you to something else or another place you're supposed to be, whatever,
Absolutely,
100%.
100%. Yeah.
That's awesome. Wow.
Oh,
What a
Kelly.
gift you are.
You are
Really.
Thank you.
beautiful.
This has been so
Really.
amazing just to hear, your story and how you're helping all those women out there with, hair loss in whatever form or fashion. And what were we gonna
No,
say?
we're gonna. Barbara is running.
And
it.
Barbara is running what? What is she running right now? The YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Subscribe. Yes, we want everyone
Yay.
to subscribe to this channel. Mother-daughter dynamic duo, together we rise, so that you can hear the guests that we have, the beautiful guest today.
And
Kellie
that
Rhymes.
is you, Kellie Rhymes.
I mean, what a great
Yeah.
what? And there's Kelly's information. So if you want to reach out to her and, speak with her, there you go, right there. She will help you with everything you need to know about hair loss and more.
Is there a time difference now?
Yeah.
Right now we are on Eastern Standard Time. So we don't shift when daylight savings happens. Like, we don't do daylight savings here. So we just have to adjust to the United States. So when you all have daylight savings again, we'll shift back to Central Standard Time. So, just between Eastern and Central.
Okay, cool. Very good.
Wow. Well, we are so happy.
You
we had
inspire
Yes,
me.
You really did.
Really do.
Yeah, to really do, even if it's, and we talk about it all the time as coaches, we talk about, when it's uncomfortable, that's when you need to do it.
That's your growth.
And so it's another reminder to just do things that are not comfortable for yourself, because that's where the growth happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. And don't go into it thinking that it's going to be a negative experience.
Right.
No.
To it
Be
being
the
open.
best thing in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Going to it being open, like, hey, it's another day. This is what's happening today. How do we navigate this?
I love
Yeah,
it.
Dr. Dispenza says you're going through the river of change.
Yeah.
And that's really what it is. And just embrace it and go with it.
Yep.
Well,
thank you so
thank you
much.
so much.
You are welcome.
Sharing your gifts, your light, your heart, your soul. It shows up right with who you are and who you be.
Yeah.
And so we thank you and we bless you. And when we have
Keep
our
shining.
other series, hopefully you'll be coming on with us.
that would be awesome.
Really sharing more of your gift.
I would love to do that. And you are absolutely welcome. And thank you for having me.
Thank
you so much. Really. Just thank you.
All right. Well,
All right.
Kelly, you have an amazing day.
You too. Bye.
Mwah. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, we're
Wow,
back.
that
That
was
was
awesome.
amazing. Kellie
Yes.
Rhymes. Amazing.
Great interview.
So strong minds need strong circles. And I think one of the actions possibly you can take is around that is ask yourself, do I feel strong in my own mind? How do I feel about who I am? And then look at your circle
I
around
was
you
just going to say that
and
the
say,
circles.
is this the circle that I want to be around?
Right.
How does it make me feel when I'm around this circle of friends? If it makes you feel strong, great. If it makes you feel weak, notice that.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel less than, notice that. And then you make a choice
Yeah.
where you want
And
to go
just
with
see
that.
if they support you or they don't support you. That's really important because I think a very strong circle of women is when everybody supports you. And if you don't feel that, run away.
Yeah, just say, you know what?
That's it.
not the circle I
No.
want to be around. I want to be around. And then remember, shift what is going on inside of you. Ask yourself,
What is
what
it?
kind of person would create a strong circle? Maybe it's a confident person. So that's a quality that you need to develop. So maybe you look in the mirror. It's an action step out there. Look in the mirror and say to yourself, I, Alisha Schwartz, am a very confident, strong woman. And keep mirroring that back. Use your hand to touch the
your
body, touch the chest, so that you can connect to the emotional body and start breathing it in and start owning that in you. And then watch what happens in your external world.
And do it for like 30 days.
Yeah, between 28 and 30 days,
Go
right?
for 30.
You like 30, I
Yeah,
like 28. But hey, who's counting?
You'll start to see the change in how you feel about yourself. And then sometimes what happens because of the shifting that's coming from within you, you may just walk away or they may just leave because of who you are now being.
Yeah, the vibration doesn't match up anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
So you become your own best friend.
Yeah. So I would just say take an internal inventory
Mhm.
and ask yourself, who do I need to be to create a powerful circle around me? What quality is that? Get the quality. A quality could be confident. It could be secure. It could be powerful.
Yeah.
And then do the mirror work around that quality. And voila.
That's it.
There you go. So we will be seeing you next week again, like we always do.
Yes, we will.
And we have some fun things happening, and we'll tell you about that next week too. And that is a wrap.
I think it's a wrap.
All right, everyone.
Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day.
And we're sending you
lots of love. Mwah.
In a world that's rushing, we slow it down, finding light where shadows surround, heart to heart, where the truth is told.